Who's the best out of y'all at Madden?
We'll all be beating each other.
I think we all go. The three of us go back and forth, though. To be honest,
It's cheese.
nah.
You just glitching and losing the playoffs.
Yo, chill out.
It was 62 to zip.
Jay Green be cheating.
That Jay Green be cheating, though. I ain't even mad at it.
YouTube hero.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome to episode, I think it's 27, year 2, episode 2, League with No Name podcasts. We got the usuals, Moose, Cheese, J.A., myself, O, and then we got special guest Gabe here. How's
Let's
everybody
get it.
doing today?
Let's get it.
You know, stay ready.
Ready for some football, man.
Yo, Moose, sit up, man. Stop trying to be sexy, man.
I'm getting real comfortable. I'm not driving or getting real, you know what I mean? Real loungy right now.
Acting like a Phoenix Sun about to come up. Get out of
We
here.
got a lot to get into. We had the draft on Saturday. So before we even get into what happened, let's talk a little bit about how the draft order came about. We had a set order, and then J.A. and Moose first made a swap. So what led to that swap? You went from 2 to
I went from 2
7,
to 7,
right?
Yeah, Moose went from 7 to 2. Yeah.
How'd that come about?
Moose,
Well,
Moose, I'll let you go first. Go ahead, Moose.
I want to trade up. Everybody, why you trade up? Like, who'd you want? Like, I didn't want a specific person. It just I wanted to be a certain spot in the draft. You know what I mean? So I can get like a certain tier of players. So I wanted to be in that 1 through 4 range. So that's why I traded up with J.A.
What was your angle, Jay?
Like I could have, at 2, you really got, everybody. Once Randy was really solid on taking Mahomes, I was like, all right, I really don't want to take a quarterback at 2, and I really didn't want to take a quarterback in the first round. So I was like, if I get to 7, that's closer to my back-to-back pick. I'm not waiting that much longer. So I was just like, all right, let me just take a chance at 7. But then once I realized like the smoke was getting thrown, I was like, you know what? Let me just try to get back up because see what Gabe did. Then that just really led to me actually always going up 2 because I don't think guys was really going to take that big leap in the first round. I was surprised what Gabe did, but it left the guys who I really wanted. I always was going on a running back.
So you went back to 7 and then moved.
I was going to take Chubb at 7. I was going to take Chubb at 7.
And then you moved up to what? 4? Why did you move back?
I was bored that day, I think, yo. Chat needed some smoke. I was like,
came out of nowhere. I
just randomly text Cheese like, yo, you want to trade? Like, it was just spur. I almost actually went back to 7 until Cheese was like, nah, he like where he at. I was about to flip like within the last, I think that same day, right, Cheese? I think draft day.
It was draft day. You hit me trying to flip back.
I was about to send him leaves and move back like 2 hours before draft time. But he was good. So I stayed put at 4, which I'm happy because once you took a quarterback and then another running back who wasn't supposed to go in the top 10, well, so they say. I'm not saying he should. You never know what his season going to be like. It left me right there. I always wanted either C-Mac, it was C-Mac, Zeke, or Chubb I was going to take.
Word. So draft day around noon was the last swap. Me and Gabe have been kind of talking a little bit about swapping, and then you finally hit me like noon draft day and said, let's do it. You want to move up to 3, and I moved back to 6. What led you to that, Gabe?
Yeah, to be honest, it was J.A.'s move, man. I didn't like his move. Like, I was gonna stay put at 6. I was gonna stay put at 6.
Smoke screen, Alfred.
Nah, I knew who I was targeting. I was gonna take Clyde at 6. And then like when J.A. moved up, I had a feeling. I was like, nah, like. I was like, he might. I thought I knew he was looking for a running back, but for some reason, I didn't think C-Mac was going to be there. I thought Moose would take C-Mac for sure. But what threw me off, what led me to the decision was I also thought Randy was throwing smoke screens with taking Pat. I thought he was going to also take a running back. So I was going to risk it and let J.A. just stay. I was going to stay at 6, but I wanted my guy, so I moved up. And I took Clyde, even though C-Mac was there. And you know what? It's not saying that C-Mac's going to be I think C-Mac's still gonna finish top 3, probably still number 1 running back. But I just don't. I'm not so sure he's gonna do what he did last year: 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rush yards. It's new. It's different QB, different offense, new coach.
Work QB, hand that thing off.
Yeah. But the thing is, too, I feel like, in my experience, at least, I know it's a different offense, different team, but Teddy, I think, is more. He's not as afraid to sling the ball downfield. I don't think he's gonna dump it as much as maybe the quarterback that C-Mac had last year. Because I thought when he came in for Breeze and I had AK, I thought he'd be dumping the AK all day, and he wasn't actually. He was throwing the rock. And the thing is, the Panthers got some talented receivers. DJ Moore, I think, is gonna get more targets this year. I was targeting him in draft. I didn't get him. I think Curtis is going to get some targets. Teddy might be a worse quarterback, but I don't think he's that bad. And then not only that, I think with the option runs, he could snake a few, red zone, goal line from C-Mac. I just don't – what C-Mac did last year was historic. I just don't think it's going to be back-to-back historic years. Not that he's not going to have a great year.
Teddy ain't running. Teddy ain't running nowhere.
But, I really picked Clyde – I picked Clyde for a couple reasons. Number one, he's a beast. He
I didn't even gotta ask no questions when Gabe on. Gabe just gonna go in his answers anyway.
Well, I gotta explain it. I know that's coming up next.
No, when you got an essay to explain, bro.
No.
Nah, go ahead.
It's gonna be real quick. So number one, I picked Clyde because number one, he's a beast. He's a beast. He was a beast at LSU with Joe Burrow. He's a dual threat back. 55 receptions, 200 carries, whatever. He can do it all. Number two, when Dame Williams opted out, who's there in Kansas City to challenge him for the lead job?
Fournette, come through, Fournette.
It's not.
Fournette about to go
that's
there.
That's not happening. It's not Darwin Thompson. It's not Darrell Williams.
Mahomes is going to hand the ball off. He's not getting a rock more than 10 times.
Nah. Yo, honestly, this is the other thing. When Andy Reid has a talented running back,
first game, they not the same player.
Yo, I know him and Kareem is not the same player, but I'm telling you, he's gonna get the work. He's gonna get the pass catching work. He's gonna Reid has already been super complimentary. Reid even went as far as to say he thinks he's better than Brian Westbrook, and you know what he did with Brian Westbrook in that offense. Honestly, I think I picked the guy.
Gabe, hold on. You say he's going to get the ball, though, right? But they have no other running back. So why would they force feed him, as you're saying, if there's no other running back?
No. I don't think they're going to force feed him, but I could see him getting 12 carries, 4 or 5 targets a game. And in the Chiefs offense, that's all I need. The Chiefs offense, that right there is 2 touchdowns, 60, 70 yards on the ground, 30 yards receiving. That's all I need. And to be honest, in an Andy Reid offense, he's gonna get work. He's gonna get pass catching, PPR defense, PPR league. I think if he doesn't get injured, I think I'm gonna get the ceiling for him. I think is top 3 fantasy RB, and the floor is top 12. I think he's gonna be a top 12, and that's like worst case scenario.
So I'm gonna move on in a second, but you said something before. You said you still think C-Mac is gonna be the number 1 running back, but yet you went with Clyde. That's confusing.
Well, because I think Clyde has the potential to have C-Mac might be the number 1 fantasy RB or in rushing, but I don't think it's going to be like last year. I think Clyde could have bigger games, more touchdowns. He's in the best offense in the league. I think there's more opportunity there. So in PPR at least, I don't think C-Mac's going to get the same results he got last year.
Even if he don't get the same results as last year, he's still be a top dog.
Oh yeah, for sure. But scared money don't make money. So I just wanted to go somewhere different.
Well, thanks for your donation. That's where your money going.
We'll see. We're gonna see. All I know is if it's the Kareem Hunt opener against the Texans, I don't want nobody to say a word to me. Don't say nothing to me.
But you know, C-Mac coming
Yeah,
right back.
what you don't understand is that you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 3. You didn't get Hunt at 3. You got Hunt at like.
But it's all right. I wanted. Yeah, but he was gonna go first round.
No.
He wasn't coming back to me.
No,
he wasn't coming back to me.
What he's not understanding is his dumb ass didn't have to move up to number 3.
You definitely didn't.
No.
It's all right.
The thing I said that hurt you. If you would have
What
stayed
up to? Number
if
2?
you would have stayed where you was at, you would have got a better player in round 2.
No.
I know, but on the comeback round 2, this Moose is crazy.
Nah, but yo, I took a chance because I thought Moose was gonna take C-Mac, so I didn't think he'd be.
Who you get round 2?
Round 2, I took Amari Cooper.
See, there's a gap between Amari Cooper and a cat like I got Tyreek Hill.
You could have had Odell or like Julio.
Yeah,
like,
but
I got Odell in the third round, bro.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not sold. Amari finished higher than Tyreek last year. I'm not sold on Tyreek. Tyreek will win you. Tyreek will win you a week, but he's not as consistent as some of them other receivers. He's boom bust.
Cool. So is Coop. When Gilmore on him, what he do?
And not all right. So let me see if I had.
on track for like 7, bro.
Yo, listen.
You know what he did?
No, all right. So I'm looking at who was there when it was Otis's turn on the comeback. Tyreek was gone. He took Austin Eckler. So my options were Chris Godwin or Amari Cooper. That's who I would have been. So I still even at 6.
Got to you.
But I'm saying, even at 6, the only player that would have got to me that I missed out on is Chris Godwin. And honestly, I think
you could have.
I think Godwin's gonna have a good season, but I don't think he's gonna be number 2 receiver on the year like he was last year.
Honestly, I don't
not with Tom Brady. Not with Tom Brady.
Only reason I don't like Cooper this year, you got Zeke, you got Gallup, you got CeeDee Lamb. There's a lot of options over there. And he was the top there last year, but if you add another person to that with Dak on a contract year, Dak got to feed everybody.
It takes away a carry.
I still think he's the top receiver there. He's going to see, and because of all those options.
But with Godwin, it's only Evans and him with Brady. Last year, he did that with Winston.
Yeah, but Brady's gonna spread that rock, and he's not gonna throw it. He's not gonna throw as much as Winston was throwing.
But Brady is more accurate. Brady is more intermediate.
He's going to throw it where he can get more yak.
Yeah, that's true. But you got to also realize last year, half the time, the Bucks were playing from behind. The Bucks were playing from behind a lot of the time.
Bucks lost a lot of games because of Jameis. They weren't behind.
Yeah, that's true too. But they were forced because of those losses. They got down early, and he was forced to throw.
So Bucks is going to run more this year.
Nah, I'm not saying they're gonna run more. I just don't think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be like how it was with Winston. It's just not.
I think the Bucks will run more this year. I think the Bucks will run more this year, especially with Brady.
Yeah,
he's gonna be managing the ball a little bit better. Jameson was managing the ball, so it's not gonna be as many opportunity for the other team's offense to get on the field as much as Jameson would be with Brady under the QB.
I agree.
Brady under the QB.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying.
And you gotta realize that's gonna change a lot for Mike Evans too. So I think God, like you gotta understand, Godwin finished as the number 2 fantasy receiver. I don't think that happens this year. I just really don't. He's not gonna finish top 5.
Gabe, your team sucks.
Top 5.
Gabe, your team stinks.
So let's get into the draft. So let's just start with a little bit of best draft. Worst draft. I'll post the draft somewhere on the screen so people can see who everybody took as a whole. But let's start with Jay. Who do you think had the best draft?
Say my name. When no one
is between Cheese and Los, I think. I think both had a solid draft. Cheese 3 wide receivers. He took your approach, though. Your championship approach. He took the 3 wide receivers. If his running backs could get anything, except for the one I got cut today, he could be there. It depends that Dak too. Like the roster looked good in August, September, but it's them late division games where you gotta really. That's what puts you over the top against people. And Dak be acting funny late in the season. Dak be acting funny late in the season.
He might not be on the squad depending on how he playing. You know, I go find somebody. I'll go find somebody. I ain't worried.
You know, if Baker could bounce back this year, Odell wasn't that, that wide receiver we're accustomed to seeing out there. And he was hurt, and then Baker kind of he ain't kind of, but like he
plateaued.
Yeah, he took a big step back. So, I mean, on paper, Cheese, I would say, and Los, but I'm there. Nah.
Moose, who you like?
He always there.
Who you like, Moose?
Am I not? Please.
It's obvious.
Moose not always there.
It's obvious. I like Cheese and Los as well. Those two had a good draft, but it's just potential too, because there's potential for those RBs of Cheese to definitely be a flop too. You never know where Fournette goes. Drake is not really proven just yet, so you never really know. Los had a pretty solid draft. He got a good tight end. He got Kittle over there. Who else he got?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what y'all like so much about Los draft. I know Devontae
because he got a complete team. Like, you know what I mean?
His team is balanced. Mine is wide receiver heavy, and I'm stretching. Like I'm like they said, I'm looking for running backs to do something. But he gonna get points from everywhere.
Cheese's team, he got a high ceiling. You know what I'm saying? That's why it looks good for
almost like lose one game.
Low team is real balanced because he got James Conner and Miles Sanders. Then he got Melvin Gordon just in case in the backup. You know. Then he got Kittle, which is a strong tight end. Top TE position is really weak. So with Kittle, that's a position right there. He got Wentz. He got a strong receiver core. He got Diggs.
Please, Wentz day-to-day already.
We don't know. I mean, we expect Diggs to ball, but new environment, Buffalo, late season, you never know what you can get out of Doug.
He got Devontae Adams and Cortland Sutton as well. Cortland Sutton should have a good year. He broke out last year. He got Ruggs. It's a good potential with Ruggs. So he got potential over there, I feel like. So, and then another person who I like off the radar.
Yeah, you go.
Huh?
Not good. Good.
I like what King did.
RBU.
Say what?
RBU.
He got a lot of RBs. He got Josh Jacobs and Dalvin Cook. If those two could work, that's definitely a good. And he got some receivers too as well. I like Terry this year. Juju should have a bounce back year. Even Cheese likes him. Tyler Boyd should have a good year. So, I mean, he got a little on the low. His team was nice. Slayton from the G-Men should have a good year. So, King squad's pretty decent too.
Cheese, who you like?
I put Casey because I didn't feel right putting myself. Chad would have killed me if I got myself, but so I didn't pick myself. But I chose Casey. He got balance just like Los do. He got D-Hop, Kamara, Mike Evans. He asking for it with Le'Veon Bell. I learned my lesson last year, but
he just want the 15 points. He want the 11 catches for 50 yards.
Yeah, that's what I got a lot last year. So he got Bell, he got Kyler, so he got a double points with Kyler and D-Hop, Gurley, Kareem Hunt, Jarvis, TJ Hawkinson. His team is well balanced. He's gonna get points everywhere. He got another tight end too, not just TJ Hawkinson. I can't think. Oh, he got Hooper, J.A. boy, Austin Hooper.
Yeah, so he got Njoku there too. So I mean,
yeah. So he got a lot. He got points coming from everywhere. A lot of PPR. It looked like a lot of PPR, and he got the double points with Kyler and D-Hop. So I like Casey team, but of course I would have picked myself. But I was just being,
Casey got some question marks because you don't know what Lev's gonna give you. You don't know what Gurley's gonna give you. Kamara, you expected, but last year was a bit of a letdown for where he got chosen. Who else are we just talking about? Hooper, yeah, you don't know. But I don't know. I mean, he has the potential to have a great team. If all those guys come through for him, along with the wide receivers he drafted earlier, he got a chance. But I think he took a lot of chances. But that's kind of Casey's strategy anyway.
Yeah,
I can't front. I took a lot of chances too. But I mean, I'm disappointed in myself. I ain't pick Henry. I was thinking about it after we left. I was like, I left my boy on the board.
I was taking him. When Stowe didn't take him at 5, with C-Mac. Yeah, I told him take him. I knew he wanted him, but he didn't really want a tight end.
Yeah. I'm trying to get him home. Stowe playing games. He ain't answering the phone.
So let's switch it up. I'm gonna start with Gabe. Who do you think had the worst draft?
Him? Say yourself.
I don't think you could call that. It's hard to call that right now.
On paper, just based on the name.
I didn't really pick anybody, but I think
not that face.
Well, because I don't. It's hard to say somebody had the worst draft. There's a couple guys who I think they reached a little bit.
Bro, you beating around the bush, bro. Just say yourself, man.
So nah, it's definitely not me. I'm up here with one of the best drafts. I'm
brother.
up here with one of the best drafts, bro. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't call it. That's tough to call for me.
All right, Jay, who you think?
It's Gabe, bro. Like
he didn't want to say it so.
That's false. That's false.
Yeah, like yo, half the draft, he was just like, I'm bent. Like he was just I don't know. Then he pulled the moose. He was calling people that got drafted. Like Gabe, I don't know. I think the Edwards-Helaire, Lamar was a good pick for you though. I think you got Lamar third round.
That's a steal in the third, yeah.
But I don't trust Chris Carson. I don't trust DJ Chark now with no running game.
I trust DJ Chark. I think he's gonna have a better season.
You never know what you're gonna get from T.Y. If you're gonna say the same thing about someone that was producing, you gotta say the same thing for somebody that wasn't even there. So Chark doing that again. Chark is not a top 15 wide receiver. Chark had a good year last year, but so did Leonard Fournette that opened up the passing game. So Chris Thompson running the ball now and a rookie. Chark is not.
Yeah, but I think Chark's gonna get more opportunities than he did last year, and I think under Jay Gruden, it's gonna be more of a air raid offense than it is a running offense. I think the fact that they let go of Fournette is even proof of that too.
Your top three wide receivers are who? Are Chark, Hilton, and AJ Brown.
I like the AJ Brown pick.
Cooper.
No, you got Murray too.
Yeah, you got Cooper. But I'm saying that wide receiver, like Court is not enough for what other guys already stacked up. You have to really bank on Edwards-Helaire giving you over the top production, because if he gives you that standard 10 to 12 points, it's a wrap for you.
Yeah, I think my wide receivers are probably the weakest out of my
last year, like the games that you was getting from Lockett and Evans last year, that's what put you in the playoff because they exceeded expectations. I don't see Chark doing that. I don't see Hilton doing that. You're gonna get your 8 catches from Crowder, but you looking for that each week. And then say if you play against like Casey, Los, or Cheese, when you got to go see Julio and Odell and Tyreek, I don't see your wide receivers. You could probably get away with it 1 week. Like they could, everybody's good for that 1 week, that 300 moose. But you consistently getting production from that corp, I don't see it. If you do, I'll be surprised. But I'll take my chances seeing Chark, Crowder, Hilton against anybody. Hopefully you get like Edwards-Helaire literally has to ball out for you because I don't see Chris Carson doing that much.
Chris Carson was, I believe, a top 15 fantasy RB last year.
Probably was. He's also a top.
And that wasn't even, to be honest, that wasn't even a great year for him because he had a lot of.
He's not much better than that though.
That was a lot of there was some injuries in Seattle too. Everybody healthy. It's like 3 or 4 running backs in Seattle now. Healthy.
Penny was taking his job until Penny tore his hamstring. So Carson had a fumble problem too. I think O had him last year, right?
Yeah.
Carson he had a little fumble issue. So
he had a good season, but they also added Hyde too.
And honestly, I think one guy that's gonna have, and I'm banking on it. But again, you bank on players. I mean, that's what we're all doing right here. But one guy I think that slept on, especially this year with Phil Rivers at the helm, is T.Y. Hilton. That's probably gonna be the best offensive
years in the league. He had like 17 interceptions. Like how?
But he can still throw the rock. I mean, Keenan Allen still had it.
Are better than T.Y. Hilton and
but for him to have the production, he still needs the QB to make those plays. What I'm saying is,
Rivers not it, bro.
Yeah, but Rivers, how bad was that offensive line though? You talking about Rivers is now going into a situation where he's arguably under center under the best offensive line that he's had in his career right now.
Yeah, you still got to throw the ball. That line wasn't that bad because Allen still got his numbers. Austin Eckler still got his numbers. Hunter Henry came back and got his numbers.
What you say, Moose?
Does O or Cheese have anybody else different from Gabe as like potentially the worst draft?
You got somebody?
I knew everybody was gonna go heavy on Gabe, so I put Moose. I don't even think Moose has the worst draft. I'm just not a fan of his picks fantasy wise. Like I don't like Jordan Howard as a fantasy running back.
Yo,
I don't like Allen Robinson.
Ones, yo. It's always those ones. You remember that player we had before who went like all role players and they was balling. Like
yeah, it be like that. It's just me personally. I'll never draft Allen Robinson. I just don't trust none of those quarterbacks. He'll get numbers.
He was the best though. He was the best wide receiver out there though.
Like, yeah, he's the number one wide receiver for sure. So it's no knock on Moose. I don't think he has the worst draft. I just think that everybody was gonna say Gabe, so I just went a different way. I'm not a fan of Carlos Hyde, AP. He got Rojo and Shady. I mean, pick one, Moose. What are you doing?
Let me rebuttal real quick. Like DA was saying, Allen Robb was the best available at the time, and I needed a receiver at the moment, and he definitely been balling. I know you hit on you don't know who's throwing there, but it haven't mattered who's been throwing. He just been producing. You can check his stats, whatever. And I had a good feeling on Hyde, man. Hyde he always been consistent. Like
yeah.
He never been like really flashy.
I had him the year I won. Yeah, that was my top running back.
I had him the year I won.
He get the job done, whatever. So I feel like I don't really trust Carson's like that. And I feel like Carlos Hyde might sneak into that role as number one. And I feel like they're gonna rush the ball out there in Seattle. So I feel like
they're gonna run the ball, but it's like 3 or 4 running backs out there. And then when the fourth quarter come, you already know the running backs ain't getting the ball.
Say what? Where that?
I said in the fourth quarter, those running backs ain't getting the ball. You know it's in Mr. Houdini hands. Only way you got to get points in the fourth.
Russ is a real balance. Russ runs a real balanced offense over there.
Yeah, but in the fourth quarter, it's Russ time.
You know, what we do. If Russ got us first week, I don't care. Russ, run it up, bro. It don't matter. Run it up. I don't care.
For me, I went. I did have Gabe, but I also had Randy. I didn't really like Randy's draft too much. I liked his first 4: Mahomes, Mixon, Chubb, and Moore. After that, I can't really find a pick that I like. So fifth round was high for Judy for me. Ever Ingram is solid.
I don't think he grabbed the 5th round. I think that's where he didn't have picks. So he ended up.
I had his 5th, so that it came a little later. So that's why after the
I think that was like 7th or 8th round. I think he missed 2 rounds in a row.
That would make sense. So then, if that's the case, then Judy at that point is good. But you missed those 2 rounds, and that's why after.
Yeah, that it showed.
Right there.
It showed.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he was missing picks. But
that's on him though.
It's definitely on him. I see what you're saying though. I agree.
I agree as well. I picked Gabe and Randy too as the worst draft. Not saying that anyone had a bad draft, but if I really had to pick, it would be either Gabe or Randy.
Randy gonna be in games regardless, even if he had a bad draft. Mahomes is liable to get you 70.
Exactly.
He's gonna make up for his kicker, defense, a running back slot, and probably a tight end. That's
not over here because you know Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins playing week 1. Come here, Randy. You gonna catch this L? That quarterback don't mean nothing this week.
Unless he throw it to Miko, you'd be sick.
I'd go crazy.
So let's go around real quick. Who do you guys think was some of the steals of the draft? Just give me one person each.
I'll go first. I'll go. I said Gabe with Lamar at pick 23. It's kind of crazy for this league, and we know Mahomes is going to be a high pick. We know Lamar was going to be a second pick, but from first pick to 23 pick, that's like I thought Chat would go get Lamar or Pat ASAP. We went and got Pat, but Lamar, I thought he'd go at least beginning of the second round. Me personally, that's not my philosophy. I'm not grabbing a quarterback early. I went wide receiver heavy. I usually go balance, wide receiver, running back, but this year I just went wide receiver heavy. But Lamar at 23, I followed my philosophy, and I still think that's wild for our point system and the type of player that Lamar is and how what he did last year.
Yeah, that was pretty low. Who's a steal for you, Moose?
Actually, I got you. Mark Ingram. I like that pick. I believe you got him in the 6th round.
I got him in the 6th. Yeah.
Got him in the 6th round. I feel like that was a good pick. And I got even that ugly dude Cheese, man. He got Fournette. He got Fournette late. Even though he got traded, you never know. He still can get.
Where he got traded? Where he go?
Yeah, who they traded him for?
He got released and he could get picked up somewhere. You never know.
Jay, who you got still?
See, man, Aaron Rodgers going to King at like 16 is crazy. 16.
Yo, chill, man. I was calling it that night. That's nuts value right there.
But I mean, I understand why, because they didn't really upgrade at wide receiver and then Funches opted out. But yeah, like this is crazy time. Because remember, like 2 seasons ago, I was saying A-Rod no matter what. Now this dude went 16th round. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy slide.
Yeah.
He's still A-Rod. Like he's still one of the best passers in the league. I'm pretty sure they'll figure something out. I hope, because he's too good of a quarterback to ever beat out. I'm still surprised that he went that low. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Is that who you were gonna go with, Gabe?
I was gonna go with him, but I also was gonna pick Cheese grabbing Odell. I think he grabbed him like in the 3rd or 4th round. I mean, I understand he had a terrible season, probably his worst finish since he's been in the league, but I still think Odell's he's a top 5 wide receiver talent. And
bro, where are you going? You're not going to the gym? Seriously, stay at home, bro. Where are you going?
Yo, Moose is wild,
bro.
Now you
scared of the coronavirus, bro.
But yo, can I get back to my point, bro? Can I get back to my
point? Go back to the crib, man.
My bad. Sir. Yo,
go back in the where your mask at, man.
What you? I said one for a smoke break or something. Like,
I don't need no mask. But listen, yeah, I think Odell is. I thought that was great value.
Time out, yo.
Because he got a wide receiver literally that could finish in top 5 at the position. So, but yeah, I thought Aaron Rodgers' 16th round was probably the craziest value. T. King, I even forgot he was there. I mean, he even with the season he had last year, he still finished top 10 fantasy quarterback. And you're talking about he got a guy in the 2nd to last round that could finish top 5 fantasy quarterback easily, even with the receiving corps that he has right now. So, yeah, those were the 2, I think, biggest steals for me.
Yeah, I had Fournette and I had A-Rod, so I won't even touch on them. We already touched on them. Is there anybody that you regret taking, or was there anybody that you regret not taking that was on the board that you were looking at and you went a different direction? I'll start with you, Jay.
Yo, I don't know how. I should have went Kelsey in the 2nd round. I took Godwin. I was tight. I did a Moose thing. Like, I took my guys like, dang, I wanted him when Moose picked. I was tight because, like, I mean, I did make up for it with the corp of tight ends. I ended up, like, getting in the draft. But I'm hoping Godwin proved me wrong. But I think I should have went probably Cooper or Kelsey in the 2nd round instead of Godwin.
Yeah, I think he's going to be there for me, Kelsey.
I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just, like, overwhelmed. Like, you had me on the board. Nobody wanted to move and help me get on the board. So I'm trying to scramble. And I think my eyes went straight to wide receivers because I didn't get one in the 1st round. And they was going. Like, once Julio went, Tay went, D-Hop, I was like, yeah, it's time. I gotta get at least a dog that's there. So I didn't want Mike Evans. He's too inconsistent for me sometimes. Like, he can get you 20 yards, he can get you 30 yards. So I just went with Godwin, younger, better, better route runner in intermediate game. So I just stuck with him.
Cheese.
Guy I know I kind of reached on was Kerryon Johnson, but I had no. I'm gonna say I had no choice, but I had no choice. I went wide receiver heavy. It was basically a depth move. Like, all the running backs I try to grab, I try to make sure they was in a tandem. I wanted Phillip Lindsay, but J.A. grabbed him. soon as the round I was gonna take him, J.A. went and grabbed him right before me.
I had to. But yo, after I took C-Mac, like I was chilling on backs. And then I looked at the list, it was like Devin Singletary, Philip Liz. I was like, yo, ain't no backs. I was like, I had to take backs. I had to just take backs.
That's when I realized that I regretted not taking Derrick Henry second round. But I mean, a couple running backs I got is in a tandem. So if one get hurt, I got the lead guy. If AK want to miss time because of the contract, I got Latavius Murray. If something happened to Swift, I got Kerryon Johnson. I got Kenyon Drake. He the lead back. Fournette, we're gonna see where he go, but I like that Fournette's not in Jacksonville, to be honest. I mean, there's not a lot of teams he could go to and the situation gets worse. So wherever he goes, I'm either in the same position he was in Jacksonville, or
you can't get no worse. Yeah, it's like
or I'm in a better position.
He got ways to help you, so he could literally go wherever you want. So
exactly. So I think I reached on Kerryon Johnson, but it is what it is. He's a flex guy. Hopefully.
Or Moose, who did you reach on, or didn't? I mean, not reach. Who you regret taking or not taking?
Honestly, I don't really have any regrets, to tell you the truth.
Please.
I don't have any regrets, really. Everybody who I thought was going to be there pretty much was there where I wanted to pick. I think where I messed up at was at the end of the draft, where I forgot how many rounds we had, and I could have. Y'all laughing. I could have got like Preston Williams or someone else, but instead I picked a kicker or a defense, whatever. So I regret not, knowing the rounds, because I could have got, more value.
All right, so Gabe, what about you? Did you have any regrets in the draft that somebody took, somebody you didn't take?
Not regret. But, y'all gonna laugh because I was gonna say I regret that I didn't take Hollywood Brown when he was there. I actually took Chart because I thought I gambled and I was like, you know what? Let me see if Hollywood comes back around to me. But he didn't come back around. Casey took him literally right after. So that's my regret. I wanted to double up, but I didn't want to reach for him either, given the injury history. He's kind of like that speed runner. But I think he's going to have a breakout season this year.
You should regret up to 2 or 3 to get Helaire, whatever his name is.
Gabe, you ain't been paying attention. Hollywood, he gained 20 pounds of muscle. He won 80 now.
No, that's why I was targeting him. I just thought I'd get him a little bit later. He almost came back to me. I mean, it took Casey taking him in the next round.
Yeah, your team stink.
Nah, not as bad as Moose. Moose. I'm surprised Moose didn't regret that John Brown pick. He reached for that John Brown.
You can't lie.
Yeah, everybody was surprised when he picked John Brown.
I like John Brown.
Yeah, but not in Bills, not like that. Not in the round you took him.
I give him John Brown last year for Hyde.
I like John Brown. Had him last year. He did work.
So my regrets kind of in the same vein as Gabe's. I had Gurley looking at me a couple of rounds in a row, and I was like, should I take him? Should I not? And I feel like he gonna do some work, and I regret not picking him up when I could have.
At home.
So, but it's just you just don't know him after the season he had last year.
They really wasn't giving him the ball either. Like they just didn't want to give him the rock. Like they had him on the sideline. Like,
but was there a reason though? Like were they?
That it never was. They just was like limiting him. Like he said he was good. They even in the Super Bowl, like they was letting what's his face getting the carries. Big boy.
DJ Anderson.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, like, are you good? I don't know. It's like a mystery with him.
Yeah, we'll see. I do regret that though. Before we get off, let's just get into one NFL thing. We seen the Jags make the trade with Minnesota. Yannick is out of there, and then they let Fournette go. So are they signaling to everybody that they're in tank mode already?
Definitely. That's been ever since they traded Ramsey. You knew what it was.
When they traded Bouye.
Yep, Bouye, Ramsey, Calais Campbell, Yannick Ngakoue. The thing is that where they messed up, they tried to buy a championship a few years back.
Yeah,
they paid Bouye top money, paid Calais top money.
Lamar Jackson.
You know why they tanking though? Trevor Lawrence, man. That's it.
Hey,
But
listen, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not mad at it either. I ain't mad at it.
But I mean, I knew once Ramsey got traded, if you ain't gonna keep a top 3 cornerback, that's one of the most important positions in football. You drafted him. He wanted a deal done. He's worth it. He's not injury prone. He's fiery. He's a staple of an organization. Once you ain't keep him for some draft picks, you're in tank mode. There's nothing else.
The way they got rid of that defense kind of reminds me a little bit of the Legion of Boom, how everybody just went. Like, it was just
injuries, and then you got to pay money. Like, so Legion of Boom wasn't really like how Jacksonville just did it. Like,
I'm just saying how they kind of went from having, like, everybody and being
like,
dominant to, like, the next year, like, what happened to everybody, and, like,
they just but the thing about them is they know how to, like, rebuild and, like, develop players. Jags is going to be bad for a while. Like, who did they draft? C.J. Henderson, the corner?
Mm-hmm.
And then they get the DN, but, like, after that.
They trying to replace who they were supposed to pay already.
Yeah, so figure they'll get everybody on a 5-year plan. You ain't got to pay them for a while. Just let them ball out.
Word. I think we covered everything we had to cover. We've been on for like 45 minutes. It flew by. Anything else I want to discuss before we hop off here?
Week 1.
Gabe took like 30 minutes, man, with that first segment.
Week 1, man.
He gave good information. That's what we have him on. Gabe always got the good information, so I'm not mad at Gabe.
Week 1, how y'all feel week 1, man, with your team?
Our team or fantasy?
Fantasy team.
I'm ready. I want the smoke. My team. I honestly, I'm waiting to see. Yeah, I'm waiting to see where Fournette go. That's kind of the deciding factor because I don't have a lot of running backs that I could just plug in. But I'm Tyreek Hill, Julio, Odell, Darren Waller. That's Moose Boy. Like,
yo, I was going to take him, but I was like,
I had to. I usually don't grab a tight end. This year I was like, let me grab a tight end. I mean, it is a couple weapons over there, but I think he's gonna be one of the focal points. Josh Jacobs, him, and then they got a couple wide receivers, Hunter Renfrow, Ruggs, and Tyrell Williams just got hurt. So I think with me getting Waller, I have some points there. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see injuries, man. That'd be the end all be all. Like, whoever get lucky with the injuries or not have injuries, they should be good. But I'm ready. I want the smoke. Who you got first week, Jay?
Jetway. I already told you what I'm doing.
Who you face?
Gabe, I got the Jetway.
Oh, brother.
And that boy.
Gabe.
I don't even know where he went. He didn't even hear to defend himself.
He's not. Yeah, leave him. He got.
and he on mute. He know what it is.
I'm gonna, if it don't happen, it don't happen. But I'm planning on smoking Gabe week 1. He got a couple miracles set up because he see what's about to happen. Like, he got a couple. He done played. Like, he threw AJ Brown in there. He threw another Monday nighter in there. Whatever. It don't matter.
It might be. That might be. I don't know. AJ Bouye number 1. It might be curtains. He might get a 40-point game.
At 1 o'clock, yo. That's cool. Russ play at 1 o'clock. C-Mac gonna do his work. I got Steelers defense against those Giants on Monday night.
Oof.
He has a few pick six coming through.
That should be good. I'm feeling good going into week 1. I got Casey.
Hey, there he is.
We'll see who shows up. But I feel like my team is flying under the radar a little bit. I'm not sure if I like that. So we might have to come out week 1 and make a statement.
It's like it's cute to see how y'all love y'all team.
Gabe getting spazzed on.
I don't make decent. I like my team, but I feel like I'm going against a good opponent with low, so we'll see what happens.
Sound like Moose not confident.
That's gonna be a good matchup. He got a strong team looking on paper, but I think my team could definitely do some things too.
Everybody know they're gonna be there until week 8 gonna start separating everybody. You gonna know.
So
you gonna out of pizza or trying to make that.
Start selling off them picks like me last year.
Listen, they're coming down to pizza. I set the house for it, bro.
Came in handy. So
C-Mac automatic 3, 4, 5 this year. I'm not playing.
Yo, Gabe, how you feel about that week 1 matchup with Jag?
I feel good. You know, when you got a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, you definitely got to feel good. I mean, I feel good. I feel good about Amari. You know, I think he's gonna put up some points. I think the Cowboys got a week.
Not against Ramsey. He about to get locked up.
He's not getting locked up. He's not getting locked up.
Please.
I think he's gonna get some work. And then I feel good. I feel good about Clyde, Houston, week 1.
I want to see.
I think that's gonna be
today. I think on Thursday night.
And y'all about to see why I moved up to pick him. So.
Ooh, boy, oh boy, that boy Clyde don't get no points on Sunday.
Yep. I'm confident. Yo, and one of my picks that nobody mentioned, but Cam Akers could really turn into something too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front, Gabe. You got a couple running backs that if Fournette go there, it's curtains. If Fournette go to the Chiefs, you're done. If he goes to the Rams, you're done.
Hey, shut up. He not going. Yeah, but he not going to the Chiefs and he not going to the Rams. They don't want.
You don't know that. He on waivers, so we'll see where it goes. But I can't get in a worse situation. He left the Jags. If he go to the Bucks, the Rams,
you're like Clowney. What happened? We're gonna play football,
bro. He need to hurry up. Come to town. Only thing I'm not stressing is that our coach was his DC, so he knows our defense. But let's go, bro. Like, $15 million. That's all. Go get that, man. Go get that man.
There's a chance he might not get picked up, though.
Bro, he got to lower that price.
If he not asking for crazy bread, if he ain't asking for crazy bread,
I think Brown's gonna go after him. Or Washington.
Smoothie and peanut butter? Boy, protein.
Especially, I think Browns go after him because Mont is banged up.
All right. That joint dark.
it's natural, real, no preservatives.
Yeah, my bad. Alkaline.
Your moves go. We don't got time for that.
So we good here?
Apples, honey,
Make sure you
lemon, and cinnamon.
Oh, please.
Fire.
The dogs is here.
It's not even a threatening looking dog.
That dog likes people. Like, lay on strangers.
I definitely screenshot that already.
I knew it was.
So, before we get out of here, Moose, you got any shout outs or nah?
Shout out to the boy J.A., man. Draft went well.
Yeah, he held it down.
The setup was nice. He had the cheers all crazy with the tablecloth.
Cheers out all crazy.
He had the packets with.
Yeah, we gotta take some English classes.
He had the packets with everybody's favorite team up there.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I mean? Yeah, pins.
That at work just to keep me up. Yeah. I was like, let me talk about fantasy. Like, we do something fantasy wise.
Yeah, the top list in by positions. You know what I mean?
Word.
So shout that man out, man.
Hospitality with the board and everything. Shout out go to Jay, man.
Top 3.
Yo, he was
cut it.
Got a top 3. I'm projected to finish top 3.
Now you got your squad legit.
It's solid. That's all I need. It's solid. I don't need it's solid. I just need to be there. Hey, just get me in the dance. That's all I need is a ticket.
I meant to grab my shirt, but also shout out to Randy with the peri pizza too.
Word. Hopefully it's 2 years.
Oh, sick for that one. You're sick for that one.
Peri pizza.
Yo, who got a running back for the Bull?
Yo, Moose, you ain't posting pictures.
I like me cheese.
Who your running backs? I don't want Edwards-Helaire. I don't believe in him. Who else you got?
You got Edwards-Helaire, Chris Carson.
We see after week 1.
Who else you got?
Who's your other running back, Gabe?
Cam Akers,
Chris
Carson.
Oh, you ain't gonna play Cam Akers no time
Montgomery. Soon. I got David Mont.
That boy High gonna take that position.
So before this spirals out of control, because you know how the chat get, that's episode 2, season 2, League with No Name. If nothing else, then that's that. League with No Name.
Your boy.